We want to get you up to speed on the latest impacts of COVID-19. It could peak in the next couple of weeks, and we can't stress enough. Health experts say this is a critical time to follow CDC guidelines.
Yeah, for all of us, staying healthy will lessen the burden on our hospitals. Every day, thousands of people in the Carolinas are getting tested for the virus. The federal government is now stepping in to make the testing process faster to get patients treated earlier. Health and Human Services is sending 15 Abbott ID COVID-19 rapid testing machines to every state. They can process COVID-19 tests in less than 15 minutes. The FDA just approved those machines on Friday. Those machines are only a fraction of what New York needs right now. 630 people died from the virus on Friday there alone. That's almost the total number of cases in Mecklenburg County. The city is getting new help on the way this morning. China donating 1,000 ventilators. Oregon is donating another 140. Also, 1,000 medical military personnel are being deployed to New York City. They are going to help relieve doctors and nurses who are overloaded with sick patients.
Well, today, doctors and nurses in Ballentine are trying to contain COVID-19 at a senior living facility. 3 residents there have tested positive. They're now in isolation at the Pavilion Health Center at Brightmoor. And we're told they're doing well, and only one of them has symptoms. We spoke to the daughter of a woman who stayed there until February. She said the place was always clean, but this is still very worrying.
It's very frightening. Now that puts the reality even more. It's just more of a reality punch that this is close to home. This is home.
In a statement to Channel 9, the facility said staff who are treating the 3 patients have been wearing protective gear, and employees are screened for symptoms every day before work. Visitors aren't allowed at Pavilion Health right now, but families can call to check on their loved ones. 5 other nursing homes in North Carolina are also dealing with outbreaks right now, and one of those is in Burke County. 8 of the county's 18 cases are in a long-term care facility. Those 8 patients are currently in isolation. The county reported its first death yesterday, but it's not related to those 8 cases. Officials say it was a woman in her late 70s with underlying medical conditions. Long-term care facilities were covered in Governor Roy Cooper's stay-at-home order. It recommended all facilities restrict visitors. The CDC also recommends nursing homes cancel group activities and communal dining, as well as screen their residents.
The number of confirmed cases in North Carolina could climb above 2,500 today. For perspective, that's out of nearly 40,000 tests. The death rate here in the state is 1%. Right now, North Carolina is reporting just over 2,400 cases and 24 deaths across the state. Mecklenburg County has 650 cases and 4 deaths. Sadly, South Carolina reported that 6 more people died from the virus. We've been reporting 1 death in York County. Now there are 2. The total number of deaths in the state stands at 40. More than 1,900 people in the state have tested positive. More than 16,000 tests have come out negative. Among the growing number of cases across the country are first responders, especially police officers, a few within CMPD. Now Pageland's police chief tested positive. Craig Greenlee says that he started noticing symptoms on March 27th and self-quarantined. Officers who had contact with him were told to self-quarantine. The Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office is going to help fill any gaps in patrol. Now to that cruise ship in Florida that finally docked in Miami yesterday. Someone from South Carolina on board that ship died from the virus. The Coral Princess's voyage was supposed to end March 19th in Argentina, but it's been in limbo for weeks. Many ports are closed and some in Florida refuse to let the ship dock. 12 of the nearly 1,900 people on board have tested positive. Some good news for South Carolina. More hospital beds are opening up across the state. Bed usage is down more than 6% across the state since March 23rd. Right now, about 5,800 or nearly half of all hospital beds in the state are open.
Well, today we have a picture of how damaging the pandemic could be for North Carolina's economy. The state could be looking at billions of dollars in lost revenue. The state's chief legislative economist says the state could fall $1.5 to $2.5 billion below expectations during this 2-year budget cycle. The coming fiscal year would be down about 5 to 10%. To compare, it was down about 15% during the recession in 2009 And again, these are very early estimates. An updated forecast is expected by mid-May. President Trump is remaining adamant that the RNC in Charlotte will happen in August as scheduled. Listen to what he said during his press conference yesterday.
We have no contingency plan. We're having the convention at the end of August, and we think by the end of August we'll be in good shape. It's going to be in North Carolina, as you know, in Charlotte, and I think we're going to have a great convention.
A couple weeks ago, we asked Mecklenburg County Manager Dina Diorio about the RNC. She said it's too early to tell and was focused on getting through the next several weeks. The state GOP has said RNC officials are working with federal, state, and local officials to determine whether they'll need to make any changes to the schedule. Now, on Thursday, Democrats delayed the DNC in Milwaukee for mid-August instead of mid-July. An Atrium employee reached out to Channel 9 about changes he believes could be putting people at risk.
He says Atrium is allowing workers who've been exposed to the virus but aren't showing symptoms to continue working as long as they wear a face mask. Reporter Tina Terry took those concerns to the CDC to find out if this is acceptable.
That Atrium employee wants to remain anonymous, but in an email to Channel 9, he painted a picture of what's going on inside Atrium facilities as they fight COVID-19. They're rationing masks, he said. Employees do not have access to masks or Lysol products. These are locked up and rationed at management's discretion only when they're present in the office. He also sent us this copy of what he called a new Atrium policy. It says we are now allowing asymptomatic, exposed healthcare workers to work while wearing a face mask for 14 days after exposure. We asked Atrium why healthcare workers who've been exposed would be allowed to work. They didn't offer a direct response, so I contacted the Centers for Disease Control. It showed me this CDC guidance, which says facilities should consider allowing asymptomatic workers to continue to work after options to improve staffing have been exhausted. The CDC also acknowledges a lack of personal protective equipment for healthcare workers. This guidance encourages rationing supplies and says facilities with shortages should even consider using intact PPE that is beyond the manufacturer designated shelf life.
Atrium did not comment on staffing conditions or shortages of protective gear, but it sent a statement saying it is following CDC guidelines for all testing and PPE use. Now, you can read that full statement on our news app. Atrium employees are getting a big donation to keep them safe from the virus. Yesterday, Marcel Stark, the owner of Resalon and Med Spa, donated 6,500 medical-grade masks. And he told us that he was able to get them directly from manufacturers.
I hope that others will also join in. Understand it is a world pandemic out there, and we're all in tough times, and the only way we can all work through this is working together.
Stark says he hopes to donate even more masks soon.
Well, a great trend that we've been seeing is local businesses changing up what they do so they can help others during the pandemic. Muddy River Distillery in Belmont is now making hand sanitizer. Take a look at this. They donated 95 gallons of it to Caramont Health on Friday, and they plan to make and donate another 300 gallons of sanitizer to Caramont, first responders, and local nonprofits over the next month. We've seen at least 3 other local distilleries switch to making hand sanitizer too. And check this out. This is pretty incredible. Families in a South Charlotte neighborhood have some street art to look at this weekend. Spider-Man, Fred Flintstone, Hugo the Hornet, and several more chalk drawings are spread out along Regency Drive this morning.